welcome, family, to another episode of Let's Get to It. 15-minute live questions and answers with your CEO 3 times, Elisa Applewhite. All right, I am the real Elisa Applewhite, your CEO 3 times, and I'm going to answer your questions live. Let's see, we got 13 minutes on the clock. Let's go for it. Where's the banners? I hope everybody doing great today. This is episode number 71. So, why do I go live Monday through Friday? Well, I go live Monday through Friday because I'm always getting text messages, calls, emails. Hey, Elisa, business. Hey, Elisa, this, right? So people always asking me, they DM me, they ask me questions about how do I do business? They ask me specific questions about business, life, and marriage, kids, parenting, all this stuff. And I'm just like, I would love to give you 15, 20 minutes each person of my time and just answer it as in depth as I can, but then I won't be able to work. So I decided to go live every day, Monday through Friday, where I answer your questions. So please keep sending the questions because I answer and I normally give it 3 perspectives on what I think it is. All right. So why do they call you CEO 3 times? There we go. Why do they call you CEO 3 times, y'all? It's very simple, right? We have 3 companies. So I'm a CEO of 3 companies, right? The first company is called Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing. This is the company that put me on the map, right? It helps me to staff medical professionals in hospitals, doctors' offices, and nursing homes, right? So then we have the company number 2, which is TOTLHS Hard to Go Inc. We started this because of the Hard to Go Gala. We had one last year where we celebrate medical professionals, and we like, man, we got to do this through a nonprofit. So we established a nonprofit, but also do the nonprofit. Like the goal is to raise enough money where we can help with rental assistance, car payment assistance, mortgage assistance, credit education, financial literacy, right? The goal is to help medical professionals to become more holistic, right? So, and then company number 3 is the real Elisa Applewhite Consulting. This has brought you questions and answers live 15 minutes, but this does not only do questions and answers, right? We teach everyday people like you how to build a healthcare staffing company from scratch to government. We also help regular medical professionals to become the best medical professional they can be. We partner with hospitals and nursing homes to help them to retain their staff. Oh, what else? The podcast. How can I forget about the podcast? All right. So we have a podcast called Beyond the Scrubs Podcast, where we put everyday people like you, right? Patients and medical professionals up there so you can tell your story. So if you want to tell your story, you want to be on a podcast, make sure you comment podcast on any of the social media platforms, and the system will automatically help you to get to the podcast application, right? So if you got a story to tell, you need to be on the podcast. All right, and the podcast is called Beyond the Scrubs Podcast. I'm so sorry if I didn't mention that, but this is why they call it CEO 3 times. All right, so this is episode number 71. What is favorite healthcare staffing? Y'all, why y'all keep asking these questions about favorite healthcare staffing? I keep seeing it come on the line. Like, okay, so I know we answered 3 questions about favorite healthcare staffing, but this is a whole nother agency, and I love them because they have a vendor management program, and we talked about them yesterday. They're a huge industry. I felt like we talked about them for 3 days, but I'm going to answer your question because you asked me, right? I don't believe in competition. I believe that God gives me exactly where he needs me to be at the moments, right? So let's see. We got 3 things. What is favorite healthcare staffing? So it is a healthcare staffing company. Now, when I did the research, I don't think they staff any other like HR professionals or IT professionals. I think their whole niche is healthcare, right? But I know that for a fact that they don't only just do nurses, right? They hire allied health, so like physical therapists, radiology technicians, MRI technicians, right? So that's a huge, huge company who almost target a lot of niches inside the healthcare arena. So favorite healthcare staffing is healthcare, right? They don't have IT. They don't have, I don't know if they have housekeeping. They might have housekeeping because that might be considered allied staff. Because in some facilities, especially hospitals, They consider housekeeping, janitorial work, dietary aides. They consider that to be allied staffs, like additional staff that usually work in the healthcare setting. So I'm not sure if they do that. If they do, y'all put it in the chat. Put it in the comments to let me know if they do staff janitorial and dietary, because again, that's usually the combination of allied staff when you're in a medical facility, and you can usually like put in your contracts. Like we have a client that we do. I know I'm gonna regret saying this, y'all, but we're not hiring for dietary staff. Okay, we're not hiring for dietary. We're not hiring for janitorial. So let me just say this up front. But we do have a contract where we price for those people if they those particular professions, if they need them. But it's just something I don't want to tap into right now. Okay, all right. I love y'all, but not now. Okay. All right. So, what is favorite healthcare staffing? They are a healthcare staffing agency, meaning they do medical professionals and allied health staffs, allied staff. All right. So then number 3, travel nursing. What is favorite healthcare staffing? They are a travel nursing agency where they hire medical professionals to travel in different states. I believe favorite healthcare staffing is international as well. The company that brought them is an international company, right? They're out in the United Kingdom, which I think is so awesome. I think it's Acadia Group that brought them. But the company that is ACACIA, something like that. But the company that brought them is International Group, and that group does United Kingdom for sure. And I was very intrigued to say, hey, if I partner with Favorite, then I can tap into the global, right? So they do travel nursing, and for the states for sure. You can travel anywhere with Favorite. So this is my personal story with Favorite Healthcare Staffing. This is a fact for me. I traveled with Favorite Healthcare Staffing for about a year and a half as a travel nurse, and they have the government contract. So Favorite has the huge, big government contracts. That is one of the clients that I travel with that literally gave me first class service, like as a travel nurse, right? They made sure I got to work. We had got on a bus every day. You had be on time, so they made sure I got to work. They made sure I got home. They had, they paid for the hotel. We had to pay for our own food, but they paid for the hotel the whole time we was there. It was just the thing about it. It's the same thing with Crucial. If anybody ever traveled with Crucial, you can't have guests in the hotel. Like you can't have any guests in the hotel, right? So, and they expect for you to be in your room every night. And it was just like, I'm a whole grown up. What you mean? I can't have my husband here? So no, you can't. Right? They have rules. And that was one of the things that I said I was going to change with my healthcare staffing agency was the whole rules. And they were saying, it's a liability thing, but I think that should be not done, because it's a liability that you're in this room by yourself and you're lonely, you have family and friends, and you just want to spend time with them, right? You want to be with your husband. Now, did a lot of people listen? I don't know. So a lot of people might not have followed those rules, but it was strict when it came to who you can have. You really couldn't have company in the hotel room that you were in, and you had to be in every night to prepare to work. Again, we were working 60 hours a week, so I can see how they wanted to make sure that you were getting adequate rest, where you just woke up, sleep, went to work, woke up, sleep, and get to work. But there is life outside of work. All right, so favorite healthcare staffing, they definitely have travel nursing contracts, so you can definitely search them to see about their travel and nursing opportunities. And what is favorite healthcare staffing? It is emergency response staffing, right? So I think I went into that just now. They have a lot of government contracts. They are, and once you get into the staffing industry, you see that your big staffing agencies, they like got the government contracts locked, right? But that doesn't mean you can't get it, right? There's ways to get part of that government contract that they actually have present, even if that government contract doesn't open back up, for you to apply to be the primary, the prime on the contract, right? You can they can subcontract you, and most of the time that's what they do. They get these big government contracts, and then they pull in these little agencies and they subcontract them, and they give you the fee that they feel is reasonable while your staff is working, and they take a cut, right? So they play like the middleman, but they go ahead and secure the contract, so they can get the money coming to them, and then they can subcontract it out to you or hire you to be like a vendor with them. And this way everybody's getting a cut, right? But the great thing about this, one tip that I do want to give when it comes to vendor management, if you are a healthcare staffing company, this is a very important tip. Do not miss this tip. If you are a healthcare staffing company and you are working on a government contract, make sure you get it in your contract that when you vendor with this person and they put you on specific contracts, right, or even all contracts, that it is okay for them to give you a letter of recommendation, right, a reference letter stating that you have supplied medical professionals to this specific contract. The importance of this is when you are looking for a big government contract, y'all, this is a good tip. I can't believe I'm giving this for free, but God, work on me. The importance of this is when you are on, especially on your capability statement, that's a whole nother conversation. When you are applying for a government contract, they look at people who's done services with them, right? So they can see that, hey, you done the services, you did the services at this percentage, you staffed, you followed through exactly what you said you was going to do based on being a subcontractor for this major client, right? Now, a lot of the times these big vendor management systems don't want to give you that because they know that it can disqualify them for the contract if you have other certifications that says this contract is specifically for this certification for this particular person. And not saying they don't have the certification, but they have to give you a chance if you have this specific certification. If you have not obtained, if you have worked as a government contractor, but you wasn't the prime on the contract. So just put it in your contract and talk to your lawyer about how to word this. When you put it in your contract, vendor management usually give you their own contract, but find a way to add it as an addendum that you at least get a reference, that you at least get acknowledged for the work that you've done, right? You should, because it helps your business grow. All right. So what is favorite healthcare staffing? Healthcare is a healthcare staffing company, and they have travel nursing and they do emergency response staffing. All right, y'all. So I want to make sure you are following me on all social media platforms. That is The Real Elisa Applewhite. Go to YouTube right now. Subscribe. Go right now to YouTube. Like, stop watching this video. Go to YouTube. Subscribe to The Real Elisa Applewhite. Y'all, I be dropping gems. I be trying to help y'all get to the next level when it comes to life, healthcare, staffing, and business. So make sure you go subscribe. Go like my Facebook page right now, The Real Elisa Applewhite. Thank you for all the people that's been liking it. I'm just so excited about this. Like, we are continuously growing. Y'all, you can find me again on all social media platforms. All you got to do is search The Real Elisa Applewhite. I'm so excited because I just got my blue check mark from Instagram, and I want to go back and look and make sure they gave it to me because they said it could take up to 48 hours, but I'm just like, the girl's certified. She's certified. So definitely go make sure you are following me on all social media platforms. Again, we got 36 seconds. Y'all, want to tell you, like I always tell you, I absolutely love y'all, right? I adore you. I don't even know who half the people are that comes and watch these videos and who are live with me, but I want to tell you that I absolutely love you, and I'm so glad that you chose to be with me today. I'm so happy that you're breathing, you're alive. If nobody else told you, I love you. But guess what? Like, God, I always got to breathe when I say this because it gives me chill bumps. The way he loves you is so unexplainable that no man can ever put it in words. So go build a relationship with your creator and stop playing. Stop playing. Oh, I'm right on time. Stop playing. Go build a relationship with your creator because he absolutely loves you. He adores you, and he wants you to succeed, man. He wants you to be great and wants you to, as my man, Ash Cash always say, my brother, my mentor, right? Ash Cash always says, God wants you to live in abundance, y'all. Stop playing. Stop not living in abundance. Go get your abundance. Go build your relationship with your creator. I will see you again. This is episode number 71. What is favorite healthcare staffing? I hope I answered your questions. Have a great day, y'all. Let's see what video I'm gonna play. I ain't got too many to play. I need to upload some new videos, but I'll do this for you.
Healthcare is affected by everything, right? You could be walking and have a stroke or have a heart attack. Now you are in the healthcare system, right? You can just all of a sudden start having mental issues, and now you're in the healthcare system, right? You could be minding your business and somebody can come in and shoot you, or hit your car or something like that, and now you are in the healthcare arena. And this is why healthcare is so important to me, because to me it matters who's at the bedside, right? So I always say to people, it doesn't matter to me that I have a nurse that say, hey, I'm a nurse, or I'm a CNA, and they show up at the building, right? That doesn't show me their integrity. Their integrity, their accountability, their professionalism, it shows when the door is closed. That is how you know how true a person is to their mission of being a healthcare professional, right? It's how they treat the patients with the doors closed. And my goal is to help to educate healthcare staffing owners and also medical professionals, and again hospitals, on how to help medical professionals get back to that mindset of how to treat people when the door is closed.